Okay. Om Swastiastu. Hello all, how are you? I hope you are in a good condition. We are from group 5 and now we will presentation about Moksa Tattwa. First of all, I will introduce our member first. Next slide, please. The first one, ni Komang Tri Agustini, ni Kadek Jeniari Sarsini, ni Luh Widya Lestari, Ida Yu Putu Puspa Wulandari, and the last one is me, Gusti Kunti Tresna Wardani. Table of contents of our material is definition of Moksa, stage of Moksa, types of Moksa, Chaturmarga Yoga, and Astanga Yoga. What is Moksa? I think you already know about Moksa, right? And here we go. Next slide, please. And this is the video about someone who doing the tapa. Okay, we watching this together.
खुश रह सकते हैं, हमारी शक्ति बहुत बढ़ जाती है। ध्यान हमारी चेतना स्वयं की ओर आने के सिवा कुछ नहीं है। ध्यान से हम जानबूझकर अपने शरीर से दिमाग तक जाते हैं, दिमाग से ज्ञान और ज्ञान से स्वयं की ओर और उससे भी आगे पहुंच जाते हैं। ध्यान करने के लिए हमें अपने शरीर की सारी हरकतों को बंद करना पड़ता है, जैसे शरीर का हिलना, देखना, बोलना और सोचना। दूसरे कक्ष में पहुंच जाती है मन और बुद्धि। मन विचारों का समूह है। बहुत से विचार हमारे मन में उभरते रहते हैं। जब विचार आते हैं तो प्रश्न भी उठ खड़े होते हैं, जाने और अनजाने। उतनी ही ज्यादा विश्व शक्ति हमें प्राप्त होगी। प्राणमय शरीर में 72,000 से ज्यादा रंग रहित नाड़ियां या शक्ति की नलियां होती हैं, जो पूरे शरीर में फैली हुई हैं। से मुक्त हो जाते हैं। जब ब्रह्म रंध्र में शक्ति बहने लगती है तो हमें सिर में और सारे शरीर में भारीपन लगने लगता है। जब शक्ति हमारे नलियों को साफ करने लगती है तो हमें उस हिस्से में खुजली या दर्द का आभास होता है। कभी कभी हमें भौतिक शरीर के कई हिस्सों में दर्द भी महसूस हो सकता है। इन दर्दों को दूर करने के लिए दिव्य चक्षु जब गतिशील होने लगता है, तब हमारे मस्तिष्क यानी माथे पर खिंचाव और खुजली होने लगती है। साफ दिखाई देने लगते हैं। दिव्य चक्षु की संपूर्णता से हमें बहुत सी चीजें आंखों से ज्यादा साफ दिखाई देने लगती है। हमें दूसरे स्तरों की वास्तविकताएं दिखाई देने लगती हैं। हमें दिखाई देती हैं वो चीजें जो 5 ज्ञानेंद्रियों से भी दिखाई नहीं देती। हम महसूस करते हैं वो बहुत सी चीजें जो शब्दों में बयान नहीं की जा सकती। आइए अब हम स्वयं यानी शरीर के दूसरे साधनों की जानकारी लेते हैं। सूक्ष्म शरीर स्वयं का वो साधन है जो दूसरे लोगों को ज्ञान देता है। सूक्ष्म शरीर हमारी चेतना का कभी नहीं होती। हम अनंत जीव हैं। हम समझ जाएंगे कि जीवन क्या है और मृत्यु क्या है। हम इस धरती पर विश्व चेतना की एक कण के रूप में आते हैं। जवानी से बुढ़ापे तक जीवन बिताकर पृथ्वी से सिधार जाता है। वो अपने जीवन का उद्देश्य पूरा नहीं कर पाता। के बाद भी उसके दिमाग का कठोर स्तर, गलत बूझ चेतना को उद्गम स्थान नहीं पहुंचने देती। समझ में आएगी, मनुष्य समझ जाएगा कि चेतना विश्व शक्ति और ज्ञान का मिश्रण है, और फिर मनुष्य का हर वाक्य ब्रह्म वाक्य होगा। वो जो सोचेगा वो संपूर्ण होगा।
Okay, the video about who's someone doing the tapa. Of course, in doing tapa, have to focus and have high concentration, a calm soul, and be a pure mind. So the goal that you want from doing tapa will be achieved. Next, our material is about moksa comes from the Sanskrit language mak, which means liberating or letting go. So moksa is freedom and release from worldly bonds and cycle of reincarnation. Where the word moksa can be equated with nirvana, nisreyasa, or kaparamartan, moksa can also be said to be nirguna Brahman. Next slide, please. Sloka. Brahma Buddha Pranan Natwa Nasasati Nakansati Sama Sarvitu Vis Tesu Madbhaktim Labate Param. Meaning, but we only focus devotion, oh Arjuna, I can be known and truly can be seen, Parantapa. Moksartam Jagatita Yacha Iti Dharma, meaning, with Dharma we realize the peace of all beings and the harmony of the universe or Jagatita, and achieve liberation from the wheel of samsara or moksartam. Next slide, please. Ikang dharma ngarannya, hining mara ring swarga ika, kadi gatining parahu, and hining mani nastaning legs. Saramuscaya sloka 14, meaning, the so-called dharma is a way to go to heaven. Just like a boat, it is actually a tool for merchant to cross the ocean. Samsara sagaram tartum yadich yoga satnaka kritva Varnasram Karma Vala Varjam Tadayat Siva Samhita 11.51, meaning if a yogi wish to cross the worldly ocean, he must fulfill the dharma obligation of his dormitory of or life stage, giving up all the result of his activities. Stage of Moksa. Okay, in this material will be continued by my friend. Time is yours.
Right, thank you, Kunti. So the material is the state of Moksa. Based on the states of Atman associated with the Brahman, in this teaching of Hinduism, there are several mentions. The state of Moksa are based on the state Atman associated with Brahman. The parts include Jiva Mukti, Veda Mukti, and Purna Mukti. The first is the Jiva Mukti. The level of moksha or happiness or freedom that a person can achieve during his lifetime, where his Atman is no longer affected by the turmoil of sense and Maya, where the states of the Atma is like to Samipya and Sarupya. And the second one is the Videha Mukti, the level of freedom that a person can achieve during his lifetime, where the Atma has left his physical body, but the spirit concrete is still subject to a thin influence of Maya. The level of existence of the Atma in this position is equated with Brahman, but has not yet been able to unite with it. As a result of the influence of the lingering Maya, Videha Mukti can be alike with the Salokya, and the last is the Purna Mukti. The most perfect level of freedom. At this level, person Atman position has merged with Brahman. Everyone can reach the position if the person concrete is truly conscious and has a pure heart, is willing and able to break free from the virtual attachment. Purna Mukti position can be acquired by Sayugya. The last slide, please. Okay, and the next material is the based on the condition of the human body or outward appearance. And based on the condition of the human body or outward appearance, the Atmanic level can be broken down into three, and namely the first one is the Moksa, and second one is Adimoksa, and the last is the Parama Moksa. Moksa, leaving a dead body without death, and Adimoksa leave the corpse known the time of death, and the last is the without leaving a corpse. And the next slide, please. Okay, the next material is the type of Moksa. Will be present by my friend. Time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kadek Jeniari Sarsini. So in this time, I would like to continue explain about the next material is about types of Moksa. That we know, Moksa levels can be arranged again into several kinds of levels, and Moksa can be divided into 4 types, and namely, the first one is Samipya, the second one is Sarupya or Sadarmya, and the third one is Salokya, and the last one is Sayuchya. In a Samipya is a freedom that can be achieved by someone during his life in this world. This can be done by yogis and by Maharshi. In doing yoga samadhi, he can release the element of Maya so that he can listen the good revelation, or what we call wahyu Tuhan. In this case, Atman is very close to God. And the second one, there is Sarupya. Sarupya is a freedom that a person can achieve in this world because of his birth, where the position of Atman is the emotion of God, of the God Almightiness, like example of Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, and Buddha. Although the Atman has taken a Christian form, it is not bound by anything in this world. And the third one, there is Salokya. Salokya is a freedom that can be achieved by Atman, where Atman itself is already in the same position and awareness as God. In this case, it can be said that Atman has reached the level of God, or we call setara dengan dewa, which is a manifestation of God Himself. And the last one is Sayuchya. In Sayuchya, it is a level of the highest freedom where Atman has been able to unite with Ida Sangya Widiwasa. Under this case, it is called like Brahman Atman Aikyam, which means Atman and Brahman are actually one. Or in Indonesia, the meaning of Brahman Atman Aikyam is Brahman dan Atman adalah tunggal. Next slide, please. So for the next material will be present by my friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jeniari. So, right now I'd like to present the Chaturmarga Yoga. Well, for the part of the Chaturmarga Yoga is the first one is Bhakti Marga Yoga. Bhakti Marga Yoga means that the path of love or offering. Deep love is a general and deep love which is called Maitri. So the process or method of uniting the Atman with Brahman based on the deep love for God. Bhakti Marga Yoga, for Bhakta, his love for all God's creation is very fruitful and his comparison is boundless, and a Bhakta will always try to eradicate his hatred for all beings. On the contrary, he will always develop the characteristic of Chatur Paramita, namely Maitri, or friendship, brotherhood, and then Karuna, compassion, Mudita, sympathy and concern for the suffering of others, and Upeksa, wisdom to all God creation regardless of their status. Second one is Karma Yoga, Karma Marga Yoga. Well, the path of effort achieved by protection or moksa with the selfless deed or virtues. The most important things for Karma Marga Yoga is to release all the result of work and the action only to God. In Bhagavad Gita, Adhyaya 3, sloka number 19 stated, Tasmat asakta satam karyam karma samacara asakto hi acaran karma param apnoti purusa. And it means, therefore carry out all works as one duty without being attached to its result, because it engaging in activities free from attachment, one will achieve that which supern. For Carmen, for all the deeds that they did, he gives the result to the God, because surrendering the result to the God that doesn't mean losing. There will be a multiplied reward. The next is Jnana Marga Yoga. For the Jnana means philosophical wisdom or knowledge. So yoga comes from the word yuj, which means to connect. Jnana Marga Yoga means uniting the soul with the Parama Atman, which is achieved by the studying science and philosophy of self-liberation from the worldly ties. And their things are important in connecting oneself with God is in this case unanimity of the mind, decision and on the one's own life and balance or calm state mind as well as the firm, serene and peaceful outlook. The next slide is Raja Marga Yoga. Well, a mystical or spiritual path to attain liberation or moksa with the Raja Marga Yoga is faster for the person to reach moksa. But the challenges the faces are even more severe, and also where the people who reach moksa in this way are required to have the perfect spiritual teacher. And then the three parts of implementation are taken by Yogin Raja, namely doing Tapa Brata, Yoga, and Samadhi. Well, for the Tapa Brata, this is an exercise to control emotion and passion that exists within us in a positive direction according to the instruction of the scriptures. Yoga and Samadhi are exercises to able to unite the Atman with the Brahman by doing meditation or concentration of mind. A Raja Marga Yoga can attain moksha by doing Astanga Yoga. Well, for Astanga Yoga will be continued by my friend. My friend, time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dayu. And now I will be continue the last material about Astanga Yoga. First is Yama, a form of prohibition that must be carried out by a person from a physical perspective, such as not killing is Ahimsa, lying is Satya, not wanting something that doesn't belong to him is Asteya, abstaining from sexual relation is Brahmachari, not accepting gift from others is Aparigraha. The second one is Nyama. Nyama is more spiritual from us, from of self-control. For example, is Saucha, is the remaining poor and spiritual. Santosa is always satisfied with what comes, and Swadhyaya is studying a religious book, and Iswara Pranindana is always devoted God, and Tapa is tested. And the third one is asanas, is pleasant sitting posture, orderly and disciplined. And next is pranayama, is regulating the breath so that become perfect. Three parts is namely puruka, kumbhaka, and the last one is recheka. Next slide. Next is pratyahara, is controlling all the sense from their objects, attachment, so that people can be sacred things. And next is dharana. Dharana is effort to unite the mind with the desired target focused on objective object, namely Brahman. And seven one is dhyana. The calm is concentration of the mind on an object, and dhyana can be done on Ista Dewata. The last one is samadhi. The union of Atman, the true self with Brahman. If a person doesn't you practice regularly and unanimously, he will be able to receive holy vibration or revelation of God. Next slide. Okay, just all from me, and will be continued by my friends. Time is yours.
Okay, that's a presentation for our group. If you have a question, you can chat our group, or you can chat in the group chat. And we apologize if there are many mistakes. I hope this material is useful for all of us. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching, and bye bye. Om Santi 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 Om.